right, so
Speaking of animals,
a great movie that's coming out real soon. That's about a whole bunch of people dressed up as animals who go out in a big yard and punch each other. Is called Marvel Captain America #3: Return of the Civil War.
can we name all the animals that are going to be in this movie? I think we can do it. Let's start with the big one.
The cat,
There's a cat.
the big cat.
There's a spider.
There's an ant.
There's a hawk.
There's a hawk. There's a falcon.
Is there a vulture? A falcon.
There's a falcon.
There's a falcon. That's 5.
There's a
captain?
A captain.
Not an animal.
Not an animal. Close.
Nope.
In any case, we got our second trailer for Civil War this morning. Real nice thing to wake up to. And of course, we sort of heard rumors about this, but we got our first look at Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So this is the trailer. One thing I want to point out is that I feel like we're getting kind of the same treatment we got with The Force Awakens for this one, in that we're getting like cool trailers that get us pumped, but I don't think we've seen anything.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't heard Black Panther say anything. We've gotten one single shot.
We forgot Panthers.
Of
Damn it.
Spidey. I said cat.
You did say
That's
cats.
the first one I said. But like, we're getting just kind of these generic clips of just stuff happening and people talking. But like, I think that there's going to be some cool stuff that like we don't see. You know. So I'm looking forward to this a bunch. We do have a clip of or an image right here of Spider-Man. If we want to just cut to that. Here's what he looks like. We could sit here and watch that whole thing, but
It's us two men.
yeah,
There he is.
Here he is.
One cool thing I really loved was they animated his eyes, kind of like
Yeah.
they did for Deadpool.
Yep.
And you and I actually, on this very show a couple weeks ago, we're talking about that, how when we see Spider-Man eventually, I'd love if they did that. I really like this costume. One thing I've noticed, which is just prevalent on everyone on the internet, is that it's obviously impossible to please everybody. We've been asking for Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a long time. We finally got it, and a lot of people aren't very happy with it, but I don't really care, because he looks fantastic. He's goofy, he's lighthearted, he's sort of naive. He's exactly what these movies need, because these movies are very kind of like cold and heroic.
Yeah.
There's lightheartedness
like up
here
until
and there,
now,
right?
like Iron Man's been the smartass.
Yeah.
And he's been the comic relief, but this is one about him getting serious and fighting people. So I think it's really important that we have Spidey showing up and being like, why are the adults fighting? I'm 17.
If you look at Age of Ultron, it's a very, very serious, very long movie. That's people really like that one scene when they're all getting drunk and they go to lift up Thor's hammer and they can't, because that's like the calm before the
levity.
storm, right?
Honestly, I thought Ultron was probably the funniest part of that movie.
Yeah.
Because I kept imagining it was just, what's his face in Secretary? He's just like, why don't you just bend over that desk there? I'm Ultron.
Yeah, it was really weird that they got all those people to fight that internet virus in
Yeah.
that movie. That's basically what it was about.
Anyway, we actually have an exclusive, an up-and-in exclusive, world exclusive. It's leaked set footage from that new Spider-Man movie that they're shooting with it. That's got Spider-Man in it. Let's take a look.
Spider-Man! Hier auf dem Eckstock?
Glaube ich halt die Klappe.
Los, kämpfen wir! Ja!
Ow! When are we gonna get to see that film in theaters?
I think that's like the hardest part of cosplay is not even the costume. It's getting there and then interacting with somebody who's supposed to be your nemesis, and like you can't actually beat them up or anything. You just have to roll a ball back and forth.
Yeah. For the record, that's a clip that we sort of accidentally filmed at Gamescom last year. Like where our IGN camera crew was like out getting cosplay footage, and they were like, oh, that Spider-Man costume is great, and then the Goblin just showed up and ruined it. And I still think that's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. So I'm sorry for repeatedly showing it. I just really like it.
It is really odd to send an entire team of highly talented writers and video producers and hosts to a faraway country that takes 12 hours to get to on a plane and come back and be like, the best thing we shot was those two men in spandex rolling a ball back and forth.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.